First thing I'm going to do is go to Onshape. Now, you don't follow along with me just yet. Just see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to sign in. And my whole goal is to take the these three here and rebuild them into a real block. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into Onshape. And I'm going to create a document, and we can call it, period, what is this, 4, and I'll put a whole sample, and put OK. And then, oh, I forgot, I can't do it here. This is what's it called? Yeah, Chrome's broken on these computers. Might work at home and on your Chrome browser, but won't work here. Alright, so there we go. I got this open, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new document like I just did, and I'm going to put create document and period 4 whole sample. Oh, I already have it. I see it's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on it. It created it on the other browser. And here it is. And first thing I'm going to do is get a block. So I'm going to sketch, click on the bottom here, or top, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, and you'll see why in a minute. Because all I'm doing is creating a huge block. And I want it to be about 4 inches by about 4 inches. And then I'm going to extrude it about 4 inches. And you're welcome to make it bigger if you want. It doesn't really matter what I'm doing right now, because this is not the hole. I'm just creating a spot for the hole, and I'm trying to make it big enough to fit all my holes. If you make it bigger than this, it'll still fit yours. So there's my cube. It's simply just a cube. Nothing fun about it. But we're going to put holes. Now, I'm done sketching, and you see I did my sketch. It's a square. Then I extruded it into a cube. And now I'm going to sketch the top. If you're not sure where the top is, I click this button here, and I'm going to say isometric view. And I'm going to put the holes here just so it's in a nice view. So I'm going to click sketch on this face, and then rotate it towards me. Now here's something new you've never used in this class before. We're going to use this right here. Do you guys know what that's called? A point. Yeah, it just says a point. We don't need to draw a hole like this, because we could do that, but we're gonna lose some abilities, and you'll see in a second. So I'm gonna click point, and I just need 3 holes. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 holes. Okay, and of course I'm gonna dimension them, and I want them like spread apart evenly, just so it looks pretty. So I think if I put them about 1 inch apart, that's more than enough. And I can put them 1 inch apart like this, and then I can put this from here to here, 1 inch here. And of course that leaves 1 inch here, but I don't need to say so because I've already said how far these are, so this has to be 1 inch. Now, if I want it right in the middle, I'm going to have to make sure that these are 2 inches apart, or whatever half your distance of your cube is. Mine's 4 inches, so mine is going to be 2 inches each here. And that'll put everything, and I think this one is locked in constraint with this one. I think I did that, but I can double check. Yeah, it is. And that's why it's faded out, because I clicked on the dotted arrow, which was right below it. At this point, I don't think there's anything else I can do. They're right down the center, and they're 1 inch apart, nice and clean. So I'm going to push done, click the green check mark, and I have my 3 dots. Now, I'm going to click right here where it says the fillet right here, and I'm going to click the arrow next to it, and there's a thing called hole. I'm going to click hole, then I'm going to click 1 dot here. And look at this, it automatically did a counter bore. Why? Well, probably the last thing I used was a counter bore, but there's 3 to choose from. Watch again when I click on them. It says counter bore. We can do a simple one, like that. We can do a counter bore, or we can do a countersink. Now, I don't remember what the first one is, so I'm going to go ahead and move this so we can just do a quick peek and check the activity here. And the first one is a countersink all the way through. It's 1 inch wide. Okay, so we can do that now on the activity here. So here we go. It is a countersink, so I'm going to go to countersink. And the whole, look at the little pictures. Every software you use is different, but you can look at the pictures. This is the hole itself, not the countersink, the hole. And on this assignment, the hole was supposed to be 0.5 inches. This is the top of the countersink. It's supposed to be 1 inch, which I have. It's supposed to be 82 degrees. I got that. And the depth is all the way through. I don't see where all the way through is, so I can say, oh, right now it says blind. Do you guys see blind? That means it's going to go down a certain depth. But I can click this and say, no, all the way through right here. And notice that distance right here, when I go to blind, notice that distance, how deep the hole is? It goes away because I go through. And now it's gone. And I'm pretty much done. And there you go. I have it all the way through. You can see it all the way through, and it's countersinked perfectly. But please note that my other 2 points are gone. That's because I consumed them in this sketch. But I can go ahead and bring them back by clicking the eyeball and bringing them right back. And here they are. So now I can go ahead into the hole right here again and go ahead and click the second one. And notice they're starting to crash together here. Hopefully that'll be fine, I guess. I can fix that in a second. This next one is simple, though. So we're going to go here to simple. And all it is a simple hole that's a 1/2 inch wide. And it's not all the way through. It's only 2.5 inches deep. That was in the assignment, 2.5 inches. So there we go. I got it 2.5 inches deep, and it's a 1/2 inch wide. Now click hole again. Click this last dot. And this last one was a counter bore on the assignment. And the hole itself is supposed to be only a 1/4 inch wide, pretty thin. The counter bore part is really wide, 0.75. And the counter bore depth, that's the little wider part, is going to be, I have it written down here, 0.375. So it's already there, 0.375. And the depth is of the entire hole is 1.75. So I'll put 1.75 there. And that's it. So I can push green check mark and I'm done. I should have a counter bore here. And it doesn't go all the way through. But what you're going to turn into me is a cut cross section of this. Please note how easy this is. And you should know how to do this in the future for any project. Click sketch and sketch this top. Then go ahead and take a rectangle, which is, I don't know where it is. Oh, let me make my tool bigger. Here we go. Click the rectangle, touch the corner, and then put this right on the center of those circles and line it up so that it goes right through the center. You can do some, if you can't get it like I did, you might need this dimensioning tool, but I don't. Mine's fully black, means it's fully constrained. And watch this. I'm going to click extrude, and I'm going to click this section only that I just drew that on. And notice it grows, right? That's because it says add right here. I'm going to go ahead and click remove, and then I can remove all of it, and then click check mark. And then we'll go to the isometric view. Oh, of course it's on the back side. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that neat? That way, when you turn in this shot right here, like that, choose the best angle, I can clearly tell your name is here. I can clearly tell whether you went all the way through or not. And I can tell if there's a countersink or a counter bore or just a simple hole. And I can tell that really easily when you've cross-sectioned it for me like that. And that's all there is to it.